Hello friends, welcome to my channel to IGCSE Accounting tutorial. Today we are going to solve January 2007 question number 5. Let us read the question first. Jonica Homer is the owner of a retail business selling electrical goods. She has never found the time to keep proper accounts. The following information is available for the year ended 30th November 2006. Trade creditors 1st December 2005, £14,300. 30th November 2006, £16,900. Trade debtors 660,880. Cash at bank and in hand 4320,93130. Rent prepaid 400,920. Shop assistants wages due 320, 340. The summarized receipts and payments for the year ended 30th November 2006 are shown below. Receipts: bank loan at 8% per year taken on 1st December 2005, £20,000. Debtors £9,560. Cash takings banked £222,500. Payments: fixtures £5,000. Creditors £126,530. Rent £9,900. Business rates £2,300. Shop assistants wages £12,600. Administration expenses £6,120. Loan interest £800. In short, receipts are those amounts which have been received by the business. Payments are those amounts which have been paid by the business. Clear? Jonica took £1,000 for personal use each month direct from cash takings. A. For the year ended 30th November 2006, Jonica asks you to prepare the following: 1. Trade debtors account and the calculation of her total sales. 2. Rent account showing the year-end transfer. 3. Loan interest account showing the year-end transfer. B. Using figures taken from Jonica's business, evaluate the importance of the accruals concept to the preparation of final accounts. Let us start solving the question. A. Number 1. It was told to prepare trade debtors account and the calculation of her total sales. Trade debtors account. In the question, trade debtors opening balance and closing balance was given. The opening balance of trade debtors account always stays on the debit side and the closing balance on the credit side. So that's why I have brought down the opening balance on the debit side 660 and on the credit side 880. Then it was told in the question that debtors paid £9,560 to the business. So the journal of this transaction will be cash or bank debit 9560 and debtors credit 9560. I did not open a separate account, a T account for cash or bank, so only the debtors journal will be shown in the trade debtors account and the opposite accounts heading will be shown. So debtors credit 9560, opposite account heading is cash or bank. Clear? Then check if there is any other information regarding debtors. I have already read the question, so there is no other information. If you want, you can recheck it. Now we will have to balance it. So 9560 plus 880 equals to 10,440. Deduct 660 from 10,440, it will be 9780. So this is the credit sales amount. We are solving this question in an upside down format. We are doing the last thing first and the first thing at last. We are putting the opening balance first, then we are putting the closing balance, then we are putting the cash and bank transaction, then we are finding out the credit sales value. But in general, normally the opening balance are always given, then the sales transaction is made, then the cash transaction is made, and then we get the closing balance. But in this question we are not going in this way. So finally we have got the credit sales 9780. Now we will have to find out the calculation of the total sales. We have find out the credit sales first, 9780. You can have a look in the question. There was told that cash takings banked 222,500 pounds. This is actually cash sales, so this will also be included in the sales calculation. Cash sales 222,500 pounds. Next, there was told that Jonica took 1,000 pounds for personal use each month direct from cash takings. So this one will also be part of the sales calculation. 12,000 pounds. It has been calculated 12,000 pounds because 1,000 pounds was withdrawn by Jonica every month. So in 12 months the value will be 12,000 pounds. Clear? The sum of these three figures will be 244,280 pounds. This is the total sales figure of this business. Clear? Next, it was told to prepare the rent account showing the year-end transfer. This question I have solved in two different ways. One to make you understand, to clear the concept, and the second one is how you will answer in the exam. If you don't understand the concept properly, you will not be able to answer the question in the exam. So this is the reason why I have solved this question in two different ways. So let's start. Normally the journal for rent expense will be rent expense debit, rent payable credit. It goes for any expense, okay, but sometimes rent can be paid in advance also, and after paying the advance then the journal is made when the expense will be incurred. If the advance is made, then the journal will be bank credit, rent payable debit. After paying the advance, you will record this transaction when the expense will be incurred. Clear? In this question, the opening balance of rent prepaid means rent advance had been paid, and the opening balance of rent prepaid account is 400 and the closing balance is 920. First of all, I have prepared the rent payable account. You may ask why you have prepared rent payable account. Why not rent prepaid account? Normally, whatever you name the account, the opening balance figure on the debit side or on the credit side will decide whether the rent is prepaid or the rent is payable, because you cannot open two different accounts for rent payable and rent prepaid. You will have to open only one account, and in that account, if the balance BD remains on the debit side, it will be rent prepaid, and if the balance BD comes on the credit side on the same account, it may come, so it will be rent payable. Clear? It is not a big deal if you name this account as rent payable and if you show your balance BD on the debit side. If you want, you can name this account as rent prepaid also, okay, but you will not have to answer this in the exam. You will have to answer this one in the exam. I have prepared this two account to explain you, so no big deal, okay. So for rent prepaid, the opening balance will be on the debit side brought forward, and the closing balance will be on the credit side, and this will be shown in the opening balance for next year, okay. Then it was told in the question that rent was paid. Here it is, rent 9,900 pounds in the payment section. So for this transaction, the journal will be bank credit 9,900 and rent payable will be debit 9,900. As I have told you earlier that I have not prepared a TA account for bank, so only one transaction details will be shown, that will be on the rent payable account. Rent payable debit 9,900, opposite account heading bank. After putting this, please check whether you have any other additional information regarding rent. I have read the question as I said earlier, and there is no any other transaction regarding rent. So now you will have to balance it. 9,900 plus 400 equals to 10,300. Deduct 920 from 10,300. It will be 9,380. And this is the rent expense figure. How did we recognize that this is the rent expense figure? Because I told you that for expense, the journal will be rent expense debit, rent payable credit. So here it is, rent expense debit 9,380 and rent payable credit 9,380. By seeing this, we can recognize that this is the rent expense figure. Clear? Now to the year-end transfer part. Actually, the year-end transfer is the figure which you will be transferring to your profit and loss account or to your balance sheet. Say for example, in this question 9,380, This is rent expense. This is a part of your profit and loss account. It will go to your profit and loss account to find the correct profit or the correct loss for your business for a specific time period. And this one, 920, this is your rent prepaid for next year. So this part will be transferred to balance sheet in current assets as rent prepaid. This process, the transfer process which I have shown here, that it will be transferred to the profit and loss account and this will go to your balance sheet. This is what we call the year-end transfer. Clear? So if you transfer your rent expense to your profit and loss account at the year end, then you will have to write profit and loss on your rent expense account on the credit side, because for balancing your rent expense you will definitely have to put 9380 on the credit side and the heading will be profit and loss. Clear? Profit and loss means this will be transferred to your profit and loss account, and balance CD here and balance BD on the opening side. This means this will be transferred to your balance sheet. Clear? Now you see how you will answer this question in your exam. It was told to prepare rent account. The heading will be rent account. Here it was rent payable. The heading will be rent account. You will answer exactly this account in your exam. Just the name will be changed. Please have a look. Balance BD bank. Balance BD bank 400 9,900. 400 9,900. Balance CD 920. Balance CD 920. 9380 9380. Just instead of rent you will have to write profit and loss as I have shown here. So everything has been added here. The amount which will be transferred to the balance sheet and the amount which will be transferred to the profit and loss account, both have been included in this account. So if you answer this you will get the entire marks. Clear? Next, in number 3 it was told to prepare the loan interest account showing the year-end transfer. It is similar to the rent expense account, just the difference is that it was rent expense and it will be loan interest expense. Here also the journal of loan interest expense is loan interest expense debit, loan interest payable credit, and when you pay the loan interest the journal will be bank credit, loan interest payable debit. In this question it was told that bank loan at 8% per year taken on 1st December 2005, 20,000 pounds. It means that the bank loan was taken on 1st December 2005. The bank loan was taken at the starting of this year. This is the reason the opening balance of loan interest payable is not given in this question, because opening balance only appear on those accounts in which transactions had been made previously. Say for example, for any period of time the rent expense for the entire year is 1,000 pounds. Out of that the business had paid 800 pounds. So 200 will be liability and this 200 will be carried forward and it will be an opening balance for the next period. But in this case there was no loan taken previously. This is the reason that the opening balance in the loan interest payable account was not shown. If there was loan taken previously or in the last year, and after taking loan, after charging the loan interest expense, if the payment would have been more than the chargeable amount in the previous year, the balance brought down will be on the debit side, and if the payment would have been lower than the chargeable amount in the previous year, then the balance brought down will be on the credit side. But in this case neither happened. As we know the loan amount and the interest percentage, so we can calculate how much will be charged during this year. 8% into 20,000 pounds, it will be 1,600. So the charge will be loan interest expense debit 1,600, loan interest payable credit 1,600. And it was told in the question that loan interest had been paid 800 pounds. For this transaction the journal will be bank credit 800, loan interest payable debit 800. So in loan interest payable account it will be shown in the debit side, loan interest payable debit side 800. Opposite account heading will be bank. After putting this, check if there is any other transaction for loan. I have read the question. As I have said earlier, there is no other transaction other than this amount. So now we have to balance it. 1,600 minus 800, it will be 800. This amount will appear as opening balance for next year. This is the amount which will be shown as opening liability next year when you will prepare balance sheet for this period it will be shown as liability in balance sheet under current liability. And then the transfer amount, 1600 is a kind of an expense. This will be transferred in profit and loss account. It will help to find out the actual profit or loss, and this figure will be shown as liability in balance sheet under current liability. Now this is how you will answer in your exam. You will answer exactly this T account in your exam, just the names will be different. Please have a look. The name from loan interest payable have been changed to loan interest account, and the figures are all same: 800, 800, 800, 800, 1600, bank balance city, bank balance city. Just instead of loan interest, you will have to write profit and loss. In this account, the amount which will be transferred to the profit and loss account and to the balance sheet both had been showed. So if you answer like this, you will get the full marks. Clear? Next, in number B, it was asked that using figures taken from Jonika's business, evaluate the importance of the accruals concept to the preparation of final account. Let us see how I have answered this question. The debtors account, rent account, and loan interest account, in which we have found credit sales 9780, we have found rent expense 9380, and we have found interest expense 1600, had been adjusted so that the correct credit sales, rent, loan interest, debtors, and creditors accounts correct balances for this specific accounting period is transferred to the profit and loss account and balance sheet. This had been done to reflect the true profit or loss value in the profit and loss account, and to reflect the actual balance of debtors and creditors in the balance sheet. Without these adjustments, the profit and loss account and balance sheet would be inaccurate. So overall, it is important to apply accruals to the accounts to reflect accurate profit or loss and true and fair balance sheet value. Clear? If you haven't understood any of my lectures, if you have missed something, please comment on my comment box. I will definitely try to solve your problem. If you like my video, please share with your friends and family, like my Facebook page, subscribe my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can receive notifications about my latest videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.